Welcome everyone. Today we are going to learn how to use ChatGPT, an advanced language model developed by OpenAI, to assist with your studies and work in the electrical field. Whether you are an experienced electrician or electrical apprentice, ChatGPT can be a valuable tool for finding information, solving problems, and preparing for exam. Next step, we're going to create an account and start our journey with ChatGPT. When you type OpenAI, it comes to this page. You need to go to the login area. Do not have an account, sign up. You put your information here. Then it asks you continue. You continue. They ask you password. You create your own password and it should be at least 12 characters, whatever you like. You just choose and continue. And they ask you verify your email address. When you go back to your email address to verify, after you verify your email address, you come to this page. They ask you, tell us about you. You put your name. I choose my name, organization name, and they ask you, are you agree with the term and condition? Read term and condition and click the button. Now you are in the ChatGPT page, which is the area from now on we're working. Choose this one, which is, it asks us get started, log in. I log in back again. After we logged in the ChatGPT screen, you see different area. Left sidebar, which is here. Main chat box is here, which is all this area, and settings section, which is here. We go one by one to describe what you will see in each site. This area contains navigation options such as creating a new chat, viewing previous conversation, which is comes here after we put the information, and accessing saved chat, which is, for example, if your latest one come in the top, 7 days ago comes here, 1 month ago come the bottom, or for example current month is here, last month is here, 2 months ago it should be appear here. Main chat windows, which is, this is a main chat window area. You put your question here and whatever you want to have a conversation with ChatGPT, it happens here. You type your question at the bottom and the response appear above, which is appear here, your response. And setting section, which is here, in the setting section, which is locating as you see in the upper right, this section allows us to customize our experience, adjust setting, and manage our account. Now, the key icon in the left sidebar you see here is a ChatGPT Explore GPTs, which is clicking on this ChatGPT icon takes us to the main chat interface where we can start new conversation or continue existing one. This option, Explore GPTs, which is allows us to browse and explore different versions of configuration of the ChatGPT model. If you click here, these are all available, which is some of them is a paid version, some of them has a trial version. You can see we have more usage with this option than any other option. Now let's put the sample question here and see where is our question, where the answer comes, and what happened in the sidebar. I put my question, what is NEC stands for. As soon as you click it here, ChatGPT start to give us the answer, and if you see here today, NEC definition explained, which is, this is the ChatGPT answer to us. Type your question here, your answer comes here, and for today the first answer is here. We call here the data filter area, which is previous 7 days appears here, and after that previous 30 days appear here, and so on and so forth. Other area we have in the ChatGPT is the icon, which is 3 dot here, share, rename, archive, delete. The share icon allows us to share the conversation with others. You will get a link that you can send to someone else, enabling them to view the conversation. This is useful for sharing information or solution you discuss with ChatGPT with your colleague or classmate. The other one is a rename. This function allows us to give a specific name for easier reference in the future. An archive. This moves the conversation to an archive state. It is still accessible, but it won't appear in your active conversation list, helping you keep your main chat area organized. And the delete is function permanently remove a specific conversation from your history. Be cautious with this option, as deleted conversation cannot be recovered. In order to get the best and most accurate result from ChatGPT, it is important to follow some key practices. How we can customize and use the ChatGPT effectively. If you click on this icon, you have a customized ChatGPT. Custom instruction. What would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better response? You consider these options. Where are you based? The answer for a person working in the United States definitely different with the answer somebody is in the India or somebody is in the Germany. Then you need to say, I am currently in the United States. I am working in one of the manufacturing company. I'm working in the electrical trade in the United States. And what do you do for work? I am electrician. I am engineer. Whatever you want, you put the information. What are your hobbies and interests? What subject can you talk about for hours? What are some goals you have? Whatever you imagine is work for you, put it here. I just put the very simple information here. I live in the United States. I am an electrical apprentice focusing on commercial wiring and electrical code compliance. And then they ask us, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? In this section, I put, please provide detailed step-by-step explanations and reference specific sections of the National Electric Code, NEC, when applicable. Then we save this, and if you see here, they ask you how formal or casual should ChatGPT be, which is, if we say formal for detail and technical explanation, if we say casual for simpler, more conversational response. And it's up to you what you put, but I put here to give us formal language explanation. And the other option says how long or short should responses generally be. You can say, please summarize, please put as a bullet point, or whatever you like. How do you want to be addressed? Now we save this area and we back to the main page. Please consider these few important things when you ask ChatGPT any question. Be specific. For example, you can say, how do I wire a switch? But when you ask, how do I wire a single port switch in a residential setting, that's completely different. You don't need to go back and forth many times to get the final answer and the correct answer from the ChatGPT. And the other one is a use context. That means when we say, why is my circuit breaker tripping? This one kind of the question without context. But with context is, my circuit breaker is tripping every time I use the microwave and the toaster at the same time. What could be causing this? That means more detail than accurate answer. And the other thing you should know that is a follow-up. You can ask, how do I troubleshoot a GFCI outlet that keeps tripping? And initial response from the ChatGPT is, check for ground fault, test the reset button, and ensure there is no moisture in the outlet. But the next step you should ask, that means you follow up with your question. I've checked for ground fault and moisture, and the reset button seems fine, but it is still tripping. What else should I check? You go step by step further and educate the ChatGPT to get the best answer. And the other option you have here, when you put your question here, if for any reason you made a mistake, if you see the icon here, like the pen, it says edit message. You can click it here. You can edit your answer. That means we can say, now if I change to what is NFP stand for and put the send, ChatGPT make it the correction for my question, but your previous question is here, which is NEC. Your second question is here, and the third should be after that. As many you edited here, you see here. Just remember, at this moment, there isn't any strict limit on how many times you can edit a question. Before we ending the training session, I put one question here. Can you help me understand circuit diagram for three-way switch setup? And let's see what the response should be. And this is complete information for three-way switch, and the diagram is here. This explanation should be completely enough to understand what we asked. And remember, these are the icons. If the answer is bad, you say, okay, bad response. You want to regenerate your answer here. Here is a copy of your answer. Here is a read for you. But remember one thing with the ChatGPT. ChatGPT can make mistake. Check important information. That means not 100% answer by ChatGPT is correct and accurate. You need just edit your question to get the best answer. Information for ChatGPT is done here. That's all you need to know. As a conclusion, ChatGPT is a powerful tool that can greatly assist you in your electrical apprenticeship or any electrical career. By understanding how to navigate the interface, customize setting, and ask effective questions, you can leverage this technology to enhance your learning and problem-solving skills. Remember to explore its capabilities and integrate it into your daily workflow for the best result. After this section, we go and start to solve a few questions from electrical exam, and I describe based on the NEC index, then based on the Tom Henry's index, and then the ChatGPT answer. See you guys in the next question. Now let's go to question 1. A flexible cord containing an insulated conductor intended for use as a grounded conductor shall be identified by what? A. White or gray outer finish. B. Green outer finish. C. Yellow outer finish. D. Orange or blue outer finish. We go with the keywords, which is the main focus here is flexible cord. Based on the flexible cord, we're looking for insulated conductor as a grounded conductor, and we try to find how we can identify that grounded conductor. If I highlighted what we said, we get to here, which is flexible cord, grounded conductor, identification or identified. Now, if you saw my first and second 25 question we covered, my main focus in all of these questions is Tom Henry's index book, which is make your life easy. You can take this book to exam. The good thing is, as we go through, you can see how it's easier for us to start our question first to find the related area in the NEC and go to the correct article rather than we go to navigate through different things. But I recommend definitely buy that book, and we already did 25 questions in the 2 different videos, which I put the link below. You can go and see how is easy with this index to find the answer. Now we go to the Tom Henry's index. They tell us grounded conductor flexible cord. Go to 422B article, page 259. If I go NEC index, I have few choice. I should go first to color code for what kind of the wire? Grounded conductor. Then I should go to this article, then go to this article. If I couldn't find, then back to this article. The other option we have, we go to cords, which is in the cord we just navigate from A to I to find out identified conductors within, which is we should go now article 200.6c, then go to this article, and finally back to this article to find the answer. Or the other option we have in the NEC index is identification. See also color code marking, which is again, if we go down, we get to the flexible course identified, which is flexible course identify conductor within, which is again 1, 2, and the third one give me what I'm looking. Or I can go grounded conductors, which is here as a article 200 422 4028, which is here is the second article. Anyway, let's go to find what is the answer is. Now we are in the article 422, grounded conductor identification. One conductor of flexible course that is intended to be used as a grounded circuit conductor shall have a continuous marker that readily distinguishes it from the other conductor or conductor. The identification shall consist of one of the method indicated in the 422A through F. If you read through, we get to the point it says no tracker shall be used in the braid of any conductor of a flexible cord that contains a conductor having a braid finish to show white or gray. Then white or gray is our answer. If we back to our answers, white or gray outer finish. I typed the question here. Let's see what the ChatGPT give me as an answer. Okay, as you see, in flexible cord containing an insulated conductor intended for use as a grounded conductor shall be identified by white or gray outer finish. This follows the standard color code for grounded neutral conductor in electrical wiring, where white or gray is used to identify the grounded conductor. See, this is exactly the correct answer. Now let me ask, and as you see, the reference for the identification of ground conductor in flexible cords in the NEC 2020 is article 422. This is exactly what we found it, and you can see how it's helpful to go in the ChatGPT and to make sure what you find is correct or wrong. See you guys in next question. Question 2. Receptacles, plugs, and connectors shall be identified by a metal or metal coating of what color? A. White, B. Green, C. Blue, D. Orange. Again, the keyword here is something related to receptacle, plugs, connector, which is we're looking to identify metal part of those receptacle, plugs, and connector. If we highlight the keyword, we can have identify or identification for receptacle, plugs, and connectors. Tom Henry is referring us to 210B, which is page 59. Let's go to NEC index, see how we can find the answer. If we come to NEC, we go to receptacle, cord, connector, and attachment plug. When we go navigate from A, B, C through T, which is terminal, identification for terminals is 210.B. The other area maybe we see in the NEC article should be polarization, which is plugs, receptacle, and connectors, 210.B. Or if we don't see in this area, maybe the other area help us is attachment plugs, because the question had a plugs on it. That means maybe we go to the plugs, and when we navigate through, we come to the polarized terminal identification, which is 200.10b. Let's see what this article tell us. We back to the 200.10 identification of terminal. When you read through, we need this part. Identification shall be by a metal or metal coating, which is exactly word by word in the question, that is substantially white or silver in color, or by the word white or the letter W located adjacent to the identified terminals. Let's go to ChatGPT. Now I have the question here. Let's see what is the answer is. Okay, if you see here, the receptacle plugs and connectors intended of grounding shall be identified by a metal or metals coating of green, which is what we see here is not the correct answer. Now we know this answer is wrong. Let's see how we can help ChatGPT to find the correct answer. ChatGPT talks about receptacles, plugs, and connector intended for grounding. Let's make a correction to ChatGPT response. Now I am asking ChatGPT, question asked about metal identification for receptacle, plugs, and connector and not grounding terminal. Let's see what the answer should be. Now it found the answer. For receptacles, plugs, and conductor, the identification by a metal or metal coating of a specific color is addressed in NEC article 200.10b. The correct answer is white, which is A is white. This ensures that they are easily identified as being associated with the grounded neutral conductor. As I mentioned before, the answer, it could be 100% correct or wrong, but we try to help ChatGPT to give us a better answer, give us a correct answer, or try to go to make it a little more detailed to figure out where is the misunderstanding. See you guys in next question. Question 3. A receptacle shall be located on the same level and within what distance of heating, air conditioning, or refrigeration equipment? A. 25 feet, B. 30 feet, C. 20 feet, D. 50. The keyboard can be receptacle, and we're looking receptacle, which is installing distance of heating, air conditioning, or refrigeration equipment. If we summarize what we said and highlight the keywords, receptacle and location, the same level, and also the distance, these are what we generally take into consideration, but our main focus is receptacle. From receptacle we try to reach to the other part. If I go to the Tom Henry's index to see where I should go, I go to receptacle, AC, heat, refrigeration. Let's go now to NEC to see where we should go and find. If I go in the NEC index, first I go based on the air conditioning and refrigeration equipment, then I go to outlet 210.63.A. This is one choice I have. The other choice I have heating equipment, which is send me to receptacle outlet 210.63A. And if I go to see what this article says to me, I go to the 310.63 equipment requiring servicing at 125 volt single phase 15 or 20 amp rated receptacle outlet shall be installed at an accessible location within 25 feet of the equipment as specified 210.63A through B, which is 63A is exactly what we're looking: heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration equipment. Then based on the answer we're looking in our question, the answer should be A, 25 feet. Let's go to the ChatGPT, see what is answer from ChatGPT. I type the question here. If I click the button, it give me a receptacle shall be located on the same level and within 25 feet. Again, I ask what reference in NEC for your answer, and he gave me NEC 2017 article 210.63, which is exactly what we read before. Festoon lighting shall not be smaller than what gauge? A8, B12, C6, D10. The keyword here is festoon lighting, and pay attention to shall not. If we highlight what we said, we have festoon lighting, shall not, and festoon lighting is something like that. And let's go to the Tom Henry's index to see what we can find. 225.6b, page 82. And if I go to NEC index, again the same, festoon lighting, conductor size 225.6b. Let's go to the article. Festoon lighting, overhead conductors for festoon lighting shall not be smaller than 12 gauge. Then the answer is 12 gauge. Let's see what the ChatGPT give us. I already put the information here. Let's see the answer. 12 gauge. And because we asked 2 times what is the reference in the NEC, now ChatGPT give us the article. Then this is the correct answer. Question 5. What is the demand factor for household electric dryers when there are 5 present? A 80, B 55, C 85, D 60. If we highlight the keyword which is demand factor, dryers, and 5 total. And let's see what we have here. We have demand factor, electric dryers, and 5. Now let's go to the Tom Henry's index, see what we have. In the Tom Henry's index, we should go to dryers, household, article 220.54, page 77. In the NEC, we can go to dryers, calculation for 220.54. And other area we can find in the code section is demand, which is dryers. This is under loads, which is demand. From load we come to the demand, and from the demand we find the dryers. And if we go to the article related to this, it says 220.54 dwelling unit. The load for household electric dryers in a dwelling unit shall be either 5000 volts amps, or the nameplate rating, whichever is larger for each dryer served. The use of the demand factor in table 220.54 shall be permitted. Then we don't need to do the rest because the question asks just for 5. If we go to this table, demand factors for household electric dryer, which is we have 5. Number of dryers is 5. The demand factor is 85. Then the answer is 85%. Let's go to see what the ChatGPT give us. Now we type the question. Let's see what's the answer here. And if you see, now the answer here is correct. Question 6. Test reports of outside branch circuit and feeders, if required, shall be delivered to whom prior to energization? A. Homeowners Association. B. Engineer. C. Power company having jurisdiction. D. Jurisdiction having authority. If we highlight what we're looking for, it should be test report for prior to energization and for feeder or branch. And if we highlight it, we actually have test report outside branch circuit and feeder delivered to whom and energizer, which is generally we go, if I'm go to Tom Henry's, if go to the test pre-energization outside 225.56a. I couldn't find any article in the NEC index 225.56 to help me, or 56a to help me to find something related to test. But anyway, if we go to article here, it says inspections and tests, pre-energization and operating tests, which is says the complete electrical system design including setting for protective, switching and control circuit shall be prepared in advance and made available on request to the authority having jurisdiction, and shall be performance tested when first installed on site. Each protective, switching and control circuit shall be adjusted in accordance with the system design and tested by actual operation using current injections or equivalent method as necessary to ensure that each and every such circuit operates correctly to the satisfaction of the authority having jurisdiction. And this is the answer. If we go here, the D, jurisdiction having authority, is our answer. And let's go to ChatGPT, see what we can get. I already put the question here which is give us the, it says according to National Electric Code, test reports of outside branch circuit and feeders, if required, must be delivered to the authority having jurisdiction. See you guys in the next question. I put one question related to the conduit field to see how ChatGPT can help us to find the answer. And the question is, determine the maximum number of size 1 gauge XHHW compact conductors permitted in a trade size 3-inch rigid schedule 40 PVC conduit more than 24 inches long. A21, B19, C14, D18. If we highlight what is important here, we're looking for this kind of the wire with the compact conductor size PVC schedule, and it should be more than 24-inch long. That means we are not looking for NEPA. But for this question, I have a smart tab in my book, which is, if I show you how we should go there, we have a schedule 40 PVC. We go to table C11. When we go to table C11, we have here, which is C11, maximum number of conductor of fixture wire rigid PVC conduit schedule 40, and this is the conductor, this is the wire size, this is the conductor size, which is you find the type of your wire here, and here based on the trade size conduit you find how many wire in this area, how many conductors you can fit it inside either of those conduit. Now the question asks us about XHHW. We go to XHHW to see where it is in this continued table C11. We go here. If we go to this table, it says size 1, which is number 1 is number 1 gauge, which is conductor size, which is, if I move this to here, that means we're looking for 1 gauge wire, which is wire gauge size is here. We just put 1 here. This is the wire. The type of the wire XHHW number 2, type of the wire XHHW, and compact conductors permitted in a trade size 3. If I trade size 3, the conduit size, trade size is 3 here, and rigid schedule 40 PVC conduit, which is PVC schedule 40, PVC schedule 40, and more than 24 inch, which is these are all more than 24 inch. Now if I go all the way to the right and come the column 3 trade size for conduit down, I get to the 19, which is, if I back to my question, it says B equal 19. Maybe somebody says, okay, this is the answer and we done, which is absolutely wrong, because we are looking for compact conductors. And the last page of table C11, it says, note, this table is for concentric stranded conductors only. For compact stranded conductors, table C10A, which is, that shows we are in the wrong area. If you go to Annex C tables and page 70-729, you see here it says informative Annex C conduit, tubing and cable tray field tables, 4 conductors and fixture wire for the same size. When you go through here, for the rigid PVC conduit schedule 40, which we looking, there is a 2 table, C11, C11A, and you see a star in the corner. That says these are word by word is similar. The only difference is, if you read the note section, says where this table is used in conjunction with table C1 through C13, the conductor installed must be of the compact type. That means the question already told us, which we highlighted here, compact conductor. Then where we should go is not the C11, we should go C11A star, which is, if I'm going to that section, which is when we find the answer here, which was wrong because we are in the C11. Then when we go to the next table, it says C.11a. Now I'm looking for the same question, and this is exactly, we put all arrow to the each section of the question, and the table, which is again size number 1 is number 1 wire size, conduit wire gauge. Then we have a wire type XHHW, which is number 2. We have a compact conduct. Then we have a 3-inch trade size conduit. If we put all the way 3-inch conduit, which in the trade size conduit area, and 40 PVC conduit. 40 PVC conduit is here. Schedule 40 PVC conduit. Now, if we do the same, we come, let me put this here to make it easy for everybody. If we draw a line from the 1 gauge wire and 3-inch conduit all the way down, the intersection is 21 wires, which is A. In the previous one, we got to the 19, but because this is a compact, we have more space and wire is a little smaller, we can fit it more wire here, which is then, this is our answer. Now, what we can get from ChatGPT for the same question, and if I already put the question here, let's see what the answer is. It tells us step by step where we should go, and it says the answer is B, which is 19. It says NEC table 10, the maximum number 1 gauge compact conduct that can be installed in a trade size 3-inch schedule PVC is 19. I made a correction to see what's the next step by ChatGPT. I said, but table C10, which is he referring us here, is PVC schedule 80, and question asks about PVC schedule 40. Let's see what the answer should be. Okay, now the answer is correct, but let's see what is the answer from the ChatGPT. Let's refer to NEC C9 to determine the maximum number of 1 gauge XHHW compact conductor permitted in a 3-inch schedule 40 PVC conduit. According to NEC table C9, the maximum number of 1 gauge XHHW compact conductor that can be installed in a 3-inch schedule 40 PVC conduit is 21. Therefore, the most answer. The answer is correct, but the table is wrong. Let's modify again to see what the answer should be. Now I modified and ask, table C9 is for rigid metal conduit, and I am sure your table reference is wrong. Let's see what's the answer. And again, referring us to the wrong table. And it says now, see, that shows completely wrong answer and not factually correct, which is we try to give a feedback, and here also that was wrong too, and this was wrong too. Let's tell the ChatGPT the reference table and see what the answer should be. Now I am telling ChatGPT, I'm sure you have to take a look into table C11 or C11A for correct answer. I try to just find how ChatGPT is accurate as far as these two tables, and let's see what the answer should be. and this is absolutely wrong. This is it was based on the C.11a for 1 gauge 13 wire, which is, I don't know what is referring to. Let's see which column and rows. Couldn't find any column in this table which is show me there is a 13 wire inside. I type what code book year is your reference and tell me NEC 2020 C11A maximum number of conductor or cable in rigid conduit for 1 gauge, which is therefore the correct answer. This is wrong as well. Let's see what the answer is in the next attempt. Okay, then we don't continue because it's wasted time. It's ChatGPT completely in the wrong direction. Thank you for watching this course. Please leave your recommendations and suggestions in the comments area. Below you can find links to my other courses where we cover 25 questions step by step to help you find fast and accurate answers for any exam based on the NEC codebook. Within a few weeks, you will see another set of 25 questions similar to those in the first 2 videos, where we will use ChatGPT to ensure accuracy in finding our answers. These questions are identical to what you will see in your journeyman, master, or electrical inspection exam. Following the same process can help you obtain your license. See you soon. Have a great day.